Welcome in, hockey fans. It's another beautiful day in San Diego, California. Scott Strandy with you here as we are talking sun, sand, and hockey, Aztec style, right here from the Kroc Arena in beautiful San Diego, California. We're talking San Diego State University Aztec hockey today, and I hope you enjoy the feature. We'll have it up just to show you a little bit about what it's like to be a hockey player here at San Diego State University. Welcome in, hockey fans. As you can see the logo, you can see the building. I'm at the Kroc Center here in San Diego, California for hockey time. Did a little feature with your guys, Coach Bateman. I had a chance to take them out on the beach and do a little feature, and now we bring them on the ice. So, first of all, welcome into the video part of our show. We've got you on the podcast. So, tell me what it's like to be on the ice, because I think this is where you feel the best, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I've been on the ice for 48 years. My dad put me on the ice in the backyard when I was 2. I officially started playing the game when I was 5, and I just turned 50, and there's not been a year that I've been alive that I haven't been on the ice. And I tell people all the time, I think I've worn skates longer than I'm worn shoes.
Yeah, I hear you.
And so this to me is, I mean, this has always just been, you know, it's been a comfort to me. It is just a place where, you know, I've just respected this game for so long, and yeah, I just love it. It doesn't matter. I always jokingly used to say the last sound I'll hear is when they drop the bar in the Zamboni door. Right. That'll be it for me. So.
Okay, big move for you guys this year, jumping up to ACHA D1. I know the guys are excited. I had a chance to visit with a few of them, and they're excited for what lies ahead. I asked them all one question. I'm going to ask you the same one. I said, what will define a successful season for the Aztecs this year?
I think the success will come from what other teams think about when they play us. If they come in here, win or lose, and it's been a good game, it's competitive, that they know that we're a hard-working group that's developing and building and is going to only get better, that tells the coaching staff and any of the players that they're doing a good job. To me, that'll be the greatest compliment, is what the other 14 teams that will play this year say about us.
Okay. What's your expectations on the jump up? We talked about it on the podcast that it's not any fun to beat teams really bad. You want to be competitive. Win or lose, you at least want to have competition that's closer to where you're at. So how good do you think this group of teams are that you're playing this year?
Well, I mean, we know that, and it was a tough message to preach last year because of how lopsided the games were. But we know moving up means more attention to detail, ensuring that you do your job a lot when you're on the ice, trust your guys to do their job, and again, whether we can match the programs that we play this year in skill we'll see, but I know in effort and attention to detail we'll be right there with them. So when I built the schedule, my thinking was, let's get a bunch of teams that, based on the 21-22 year, were around 500 or lower. Yep. I thought that would give us at least a little bit of competitive, you know, a chance right off the hop. And so we'll see on Friday night when Colorado comes into town where that is. So yeah.
I hear you. Okay, final one for you. When you look at your roster right now, and I know it's early, where's the strength going to lie, or do you think you're well balanced? Or
we've upgraded our blue line a lot. Our goaltending a lot from last year. We already are returning a good group of forwards. I would say 7 or 8 very good forwards. Again, whether that's very good at the M1 level, we'll find out. Right. But these are all kids that are, you know, ex-junior, high-end AAA kids that you know, for the most part are juniors or seniors, so they've had, you know, 40, 50 games under their belt. And so they've matured as hockey players and grown as hockey players, and they're a fast bunch. So I think the blue line is a definite upgrade for us. And then up front, we do have a lot of speed and a pretty tenacious group. So.
Okay, we'll end it on this one. Here's your recruiting pitch.
Yeah.
Anybody that's watching this around the country, around the world, yeah, in Japan, how do they get in touch with you, and how do they become an Aztec for the future?
Yeah, we have, whether it's through our Instagram page or we do have a recruiting link right on our website, the sjsuhockey.com. I encourage you to fill that out, and that eventually gets to me. I get in contact with everyone who fills that out. That said, this 2022 is a beautiful year. We can watch almost anything virtually. Right. So I'm constantly watching hockey games. If you're out there, chances are I've seen you or I'll find you. So, but yeah, it's an absolutely gorgeous city near the beach, as you guys saw in the early part of the video, or wherever you're going to put that. The guys absolutely love it. You can't beat it. I mean, it's hockey in San Diego. So, beautiful.
Absolutely. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Good luck this season.
Thank you.
The fun continues here at the Kroc Center in San Diego. First we go to the beach, then we come to the ice. I got Ian Stentz with me, a senior at San Diego State, so you've seen it all.
Oh, I've seen it all.
This year you get to see ACHA D1 for the first time. Tell us about it. What do you expect?
Well, I'm expecting a way harder year than last year, honestly. You know, the team's got to stay way more focused on and off the ice this year, and looking forward to the competition. And I think it's going to be a good year, but we're definitely going to have to keep it up. We have to pick it up a little bit this year compared to last year.
Okay, so last year at the M2 level, the D2 level at ACHA, you guys dominated. You just were just quite frankly better than everybody else you played. Is that a difficult thing to demolish teams like you did?
Well, sometimes it gets hard, because when you come out of a game that's like 14-0 and then you go right into a game that's going to be a hard game, and you're got to come from behind sometimes. Sometimes you're not in the right mindset to, you know, be at the best you can, especially when you play teams that are very low skill level, like, you know, some teams like USC, all those. But yeah, sometimes it's hard to come out of a big game into a big game like that after demolishing teams.
Okay, so the opening weekend for you is coming up, just a couple of days. Tell us about this team behind us that you've had a chance to practice with a couple of times. How good can they be?
I think we can be really good. We definitely got a lot of depth this year. We got some good guys coming straight from juniors. The team's a little old this year compared to last year, because we got all of our juniors are coming in at least 21 years old. So I think we got more size this year, definitely. And I think we'll be able to really take it to the team this Boulder this next opening weekend. So it'll be a good game.
What do you know about the ACHA D1 teams you're going to play this year? I know the WCHL, we cover that extensively, and I can tell you they're good. Probably the best conference in all of ACHA D1 hockey from top to bottom. But how will you know at the end of the year that you had a successful season?
I think, you know, I've heard a good amount about these teams. They're definitely like more spread out over the map. You know, sometimes Midwestern teams are a little better than Southern teams, I feel like. But at the end of the season, I think if the team really just gave it all we could, stayed focused, and, you know, never gave someone a win, I think that would be a success at the end of the season.
Tell us about your style. What do you like to do on the ice, and how will I know when Ian's playing his game?
Honestly, I think I got a pretty hard shot, so I'm a shooter. Okay. I'll definitely take a shot if I have the opportunity, probably from anywhere on the ice. Definitely a hitter out there. You know, I'll be roughing guys up. If you see a big hit, might be me, might not be, but definitely got some size. I'm about, you know, I'm not that tall, but I'm pretty heavy, so people don't really see it coming. And yeah, and I work well with the team, with my players. So, you know, if the line's buzzing out there, hopefully I'll be out there. I got some good line mates this year, so it'll be good.
Let me ask you this, and this will be the final one for you. I know you got to get back out there and get to work, but tell us about San Diego State hockey. The people that haven't been here, first of all, why would a recruit want to come here?
Well, I mean, San Diego State is a beautiful school. We might not have the most developed hockey team, but, you know, it's a beautiful school, beautiful city. I think the location is definitely a big reason that people want to come here. Yeah. And we got a good fan base. I think, you know, our fans get pretty rowdy, everything like that. So, you know, that's definitely a big reason. I would say great school to be at too also.
All right, that's Ian, the senior. We got him on the ice. He's got to get back to practice, so they got a big weekend coming up. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Welcome back in, hockey fans. It's a great day when you can be in San Diego, go to the beach and come back and come to the ice surface. And I don't even know where to start on this because this place is unbelievable. The more I'm in here, the more I love it. But tell me a little bit about this building and what it's like to be in here and have this kind of ice surface in San Diego, California.
It's definitely a fun place to play. Yeah. Definitely. Close to campus, great weather, fans love it. So, yeah, it's a great place to play hockey.
Tell me about growing up and what made you want to be a hockey player first, and then the second part of that is what made you want to come here and be an Aztec?
So I've been playing, skating since I was like 2 years old. I don't really know what got me into it, to be honest. I just skated when I was younger, and ever since then I've been hooked on it. So I've been playing my whole life, and then going to SDSU, this was my top choice of the school. Ended up getting in. Phil definitely helped me out to get into the school. And then, yeah, I'm very happy with that decision I made.
People don't understand how difficult it is to get into this university, but it's not easy, is it?
No, especially for an in-state kid. I'm from Orange County, so getting in-state is not easy. Out-of-state's a little bit easier, but still a task. So, yeah, definitely lucky to be here.
All right, tell me about your style. What do you like to do on the ice, and how will I know when you're playing your style of game?
I'm a physical player for sure, can put the puck in the back of the net, but yeah, I like to be a presence on the ice, know I'm out there, and definitely make something happen every shift.
Okay, this program's jumped up to ACHA D1. What do you guys expect out of this weekend, and how will you determine whether this year's been a successful season or not?
I think this year, we're not going to win a championship this year, but I think everybody in this locker room agrees that if we compete and play the best that we can, we'll at least give ourselves a shot in these games. A lot of times we'll be the underdog in these games. Going into this weekend, we're definitely not expected to win, but we're going to work hard and do the best we can to give ourselves a chance.
Tell me about California hockey, because it gets a bad rap a lot like a lot of places in the South and Southwest, but this ice surface is as cold and as fast as I've ever seen. And everywhere I look, there's quality hockey players coming out of California. Give us a thumbnail of why that is.
I think it's just a great place to be, and I mean, over the past, for at least my hockey career, and I'm sure before, it's been growing nonstop. Yeah. I mean, rinks are popping up everywhere. Great programs like this are being able to grow because players want to be here, and we're successful. Last year we had a successful season, and this year we're going to help to build on that and become even better this year.
Got to end it on this one. I haven't seen a game here yet, but I've been told it's unbelievable. You've been here, you've seen it. What's it like? What can people expect to see?
They're fun. They're definitely fun. A few hundred people in the building for sure. And as you can tell, I mean, it's not a big arena by any means, so they're packed in here and it gets loud. So they're definitely fun, and we're looking forward to this weekend.
Blake, appreciate your time. Get in there and get in the stretch, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Well, welcome back in, hockey fans. Still here at the Kroc Center, still in San Diego. I haven't ventured to the beach to stay yet, but I got Marcus Kim with me. Marcus, first of all, welcome in, and how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing well. So tell me a little bit about coming to San Diego State. You're one of the guys I talked to, the first guy I've talked to that's not a freshman. So you've been here before. You know the ACHA D1 jump. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm excited. We were at D2 last year. It was pretty, well, I don't want to say easy, but it's definitely going to be a jump this year. I'm ready for the competition, and coming back here, having a good couple freshmen coming in, should be good. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty good year.
When you look at this program and where it's been and the rise of where it's headed, lofty goals and where they want to go, but teams have done it. Arizona State did it. Penn State did it. Lindenwood did it recently. So there's some good teams that are making the jump from ACHA D1 to NCAA hockey. You know that the competition you're going to face this year is good. What do you guys have to do to be successful, and how will you mark the season at the end of the year, whether it was a success or not?
Yeah, I think we just got to play our game. I mean, we were pretty successful at the D2 level. We're getting coached pretty well. I mean, I feel like this year we're definitely going to have a lot more competition, especially playing the UNLVs, the ASUs, of course. Best cream of the crop right there. So it really just depends. I really don't know what to expect. I mean, it's definitely going to be a lot of competition, but I think we're prepared. I think we're ready for it. And I think our goal this year is just to play the best hockey we can and just, compete. Just compete, show ourselves.
You've been here, like I said, so you've seen the crowds here. What are you telling the freshmen this year about what they can expect? Because I understand this place gets pretty crazy.
Yeah. This place gets pretty crazy. We have a lot of involvement on campus, so we have a lot of the fraternities come out and stuff, and they're always out here supporting us, which we're really thankful for. So just telling the freshmen we got to just be ready, because there's going to be a crowd here on Friday, and don't want to disappoint them, especially first game. So,
tell us about growing up and where you grew up and where you got a love for the game of hockey.
Yeah. So I'm originally from Orange County, California, which is like an hour and a half north here. Yep. So I grew up, and my dad played. So we actually played at Cal Berkeley. So he played. He grew up in Fullerton County, so like Fullerton, which is a little around LA area. So he got me into it pretty early. I played roller hockey starting out, and then I switched over to ice when I was around 10 years old or so, and kind of just went from there. I went to Santa Margarita Catholic High School, played under Craig Johnson, so he's now assistant coach to the Anaheim Ducks. So yeah, so I definitely was spoiled with that. So coming here, it's definitely another step. After being successful at SM, was trying to bring that culture here for sure.
Tell me about this ice surface. That's the first time I've been in the building, but it looks really cold, really fast. They do a really good job here, don't they?
Yeah, they keep this ice really maintained really well. I mean, we're pretty spoiled. Around here, there's not too good of the ice. I mean, I'd say this is probably one of the best you can get in San Diego, at least. I mean, just looking at it, it's pretty glossy when you come out, and they maintain it really well here, especially with the hot weather we're having recently. So they keep it really well.
Okay, so finish up by telling me your style. How will I know when Marcus is playing his game?
Puck's in the back of the net. I love to shoot. Feed me the puck, and should go in the back of the net for sure. We'll see you on Friday.
Marcus, I appreciate your time. Good luck this season, okay?
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back in, hockey fans. You can see I'm still right here in San Diego, California. I brought a California kid in. I've got Nolan Conrad with me. Nolan, tell me a little bit about being an SDSU freshman. What's it like so far?
I'm a 21-year-old freshman, so it's a little bit of a different story for me. It has been exciting, though. It's been nice to get back in the classroom. I've been a junior hockey player for the last 4 years now.
Right.
So, I mean, the adjustment's been a little bit rougher than I was expecting, but getting back after it has been good, I would say.
Corona, California.
Yes, sir.
Now you're in San Diego, California. Did you ever think you'd be playing for the Aztecs?
I've always wanted to live in San Diego, to be honest with you. Right. So it kind of worked out. You know, I didn't see this coming around, you know, and the paths crossed, and it did. So.
Okay, coming out of junior hockey, you're coming to ACHA D1. A lot of times that gets a bad rap. I can tell you for a fact over the last 7 years that I've been closely following ACHA hockey. D1 hockey has gotten very, very good. It's very close to NCAA hockey. I think it's even better than some NCAA Division IIIs. Your thoughts already?
I mean, we haven't even played a game yet. I haven't seen too much. I am a freshman, so I can't speak too much about it. But, you know, a lot of the guys that I played junior with that took the ACHA route, they have the exact same arguments that you have. I know the commitment level of the fans, the organizations in the ACHA, from as far as I can see, clearly outstand some of these D3s. You know, I have a lot of buddies going back east, and I know they're showing out a lot of money compared to, for me personally, getting in-state tuition's pretty nice. and to be able to be close to home as well really works out nice for me.
Okay, we're in this facility. You haven't played a game here yet, but from what I understand, it's crazy. Game nights, they pack this place about 10 deep all the way around, from what I'm told. Any thoughts on that and the excitement of opening up this weekend?
Yeah, this weekend I'm super pumped to get going. I don't have too much experience to speak on, but you know, the guys in the locker room are telling me that it's exciting. It's something to see.
Okay, tell us about San Diego State University. What are you going to study there? What do you want to do when you're done besides move on to the NHL?
Currently, I'm studying computer engineering. It's what my whole family's doing. So yeah, I'm looking to get into software development, something like that, kind of start my own business in sorts.
Okay.
Hockey-wise, just play as long as I can. You know, it's something that I love to do, and if I can do this for as long as I can and factor in some sort of self-employment on the side, then I don't see anything wrong with that.
I hear you. Okay, so tell us about your style. What kind of style do you like to play on the ice, and how will people know when you're playing your game?
I'm a gritty little centerman. I'm not the biggest guy. I like to throw the body around. I like to get into the corners deep, win some face-offs, you know, get in front of the net, poke around. And I'm not the flashiest player by any means, but you know, I like to go into the corners hard, like I said, go up and down the ice a couple times, and that's me. I'm a bit of a grinder, I guess you could say.
Okay. I know your coach likes 200-foot players too, so back and forth on the ice is something that you're used to, but you had your choice, scoring a goal or making the assist on a pretty goal. Which would you take?
You got to take scoring the goal, man. You can't turn that down at all, you know?
All right, Nolan, I appreciate your time. It's going to be a great year for Aztec hockey, and I think the future is even brighter.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be a part of it and jumping in on the ground floor as well.
Appreciate your time. You heard it from a California kid right here in San Diego.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Welcome back in, hockey fans. It's Aztec Day, I'm calling it. Come to Southern California and you bring a Swede with you. Daniel Vladman is with me. Daniel, first of all, welcome in. And how are things in San Diego as a freshman?
Thank you. Yeah, it's you know, so far so good. It's my first time here in California, and I must say, you know, this school and this location is nothing but great. You know, it's so far so good.
Okay, so where did all this great English come? Because you're fooling me, right?
Yeah.
You're fooling me. Where did this English come from?
So apparently, last season I was playing junior hockey in the U.S.
Okay.
So that's a big reason why I've gotten used to speaking English fluently. But sometimes I struggle. Like, it depends, but I would say that I'm pretty good.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about growing up playing hockey in Sweden. It's a lifestyle, isn't it?
It is. It's an awesome place. You know, hockey is a big culture back home, and you know, it's very cold. We got, you know, negatives and a bunch of snow during the winter. So playing out, you know, on ponds and stuff, it's happening on a daily basis. So hockey's great there, and yeah.
Okay, so you come to the U.S., you play junior hockey here.
Yeah.
Then you get the opportunity to come here. What drew you to San Diego besides the weather, the campus, the scenery?
No, so I talked with Coach and Coach Bateman, and you know, it feels like this program is really growing, and you know, we're trying to compete now at a new level at Division I, and I just feel like this whole program, especially, you know, the hockey, it's really growing, and it's really fun to see, and that's the thing that I want to be a part of. So.
Okay, so what's the academic studies for you here at San Diego State? What do you want to do?
So I'm in a business major right now in finance, and that's pretty much what I want to do. And I think, you know, the academics here are phenomenal. The professors are great. The facilities are awesome, and you know, nothing else but great so far.
Okay, so I got to ask you, a lot of great role models in Sweden on the ice.
Yeah.
Anybody that you pattern your game after?
I like Nick Lidstrom. He's not playing anymore, obviously, but he's just you know, he was a great two-way defenseman, stable on the ice, and that's what I'm trying to model after.
So did you just leak to me that you're the defenseman on this team?
I am. Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about your defensive style. How will I know, how will the Aztec fans know when they're watching you play, Daniel, that you're on your game?
So I would say I'm a typical two-way defenseman. I always like to, play good in B zone, but I'm not afraid of joining the rush, and being good in the special teams, also in the offensive. So I would say just a typical two-way defenseman that are good both ends of the ice. So yeah.
Okay, let's end it on this. Coming to San Diego State, you didn't really know much about the university, I'm guessing, so you've had to kind of been indoctrinated here. But what did you know about ACHA M1 hockey, and do you know the differences between ACHA and D1 and D2, because they're pretty bold?
Yeah. So I didn't have a lot of knowledge about the ACHA in general. So at first I was aiming for like NCAA, but I saw the opportunity at ACHA D1, and I know that like the good schools in this particular league is like it's equivalent to D3 hockey, NCAA. So I know that it is a good level of hockey. The D2 I'm not too familiar with actually, but
we don't want you there anyway.
No, that's true.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Give us the final one. Is you're going to do a recruiting pitch for somebody in Sweden and why they should come here and play hockey at San Diego State. What would you tell them?
You should come here if you want to have a serious hockey program and you want to go to a great academic school and being able to have an awesome 4 years here. It's San Diego, obviously, so it's not hard to come here.
Have you been to the beach yet?
I have. I've been to Mission Beach and Pacific Beach, and it's awesome. I love it.
Daniel, I appreciate your time. Yeah. Good luck here with the Aztecs as you guys kick off your season this weekend.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you. Well, welcome back into the Kroc Center here in San Diego, California. If you're going to talk hockey, you got to talk to Goaltender, because that's where it all starts and stops, right here, right? That's where you build the team. So why not bring in Parks Owensby? Parks, you and I just spent a little time at the beach today, which is kind of fun. Let me know how you ended up, or tell our fans and the people watching how you ended up at San Diego State being your first year here.
Well, I was in between schools. So I was playing for a different school, and they ended up getting bought out by another college, and just didn't really match my educational goals anymore. So I talked to Coach Bateman, and they were starting a D1 program here, and I was interested in being a part of it. So just kind of fell into place.
All right, tell me about Parks. You got your own first name that nobody else has.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. How'd you get it?
It's my grandmother's maiden name.
Really?
Yeah, my grandmother's. It's a family name.
Love
yeah.
Love
so
it.
a little very special, very special.
Okay, so where's home?
Originally Atlanta, Georgia, but I live in Raleigh, North Carolina now.
Okay. Got to ask you, NHL team, who is it?
Carolina Hurricanes. All day.
You got to love it. You got to love it. Okay, we're going to talk goaltending now, so give us a little thumbnail about your goaltending style, and how will the fans here, the Aztec fans, know when Parks is on his game?
I would say I'm a very technical guy. Like, I pride myself on my skating and my tactical work. I really try to make the game simple and just, be square to the puck, control my rebounds, make it easy for my defensemen, and just play a simple game.
Okay, so as a goaltender, got any crazy things you got to do? Come on, goaltenders always got something.
No, not really. I'm not like a. I'm like a very detailed guy when it comes to preparation, but I'm not very superstitious.
Okay.
Yeah, not very superstitious at all.
That's cool. Who did you look up to growing up, or what made you become a goaltender?
Good question. I don't know. I guess I just liked the gear, and I wanted to be the guy. I don't know. Growing up, I always looked up to Cam Ward a lot.
Okay.
Carey Price has always been one of my favorite goalies. Like, I watch a lot of Jeremy Swayman. Like, I just like guys that are good skaters and nice and simple. Try to imitate that, bring those things into my game.
So being your first year here, you don't really know much about the program or probably much about your teammates at this point. Getting ready for opening night here in a couple of days, but what do you expect out of this team, and what would be a successful venture into D1 hockey, ACHA D1 hockey, for the Aztecs this year?
I think it's, for us, is really just establishing an identity. The wins and losses are going to be what they are. Obviously we want to win. I want to win every night, but we're building a legacy here, and hopefully 20 years from now we're going to bring our wives and kids back here when there's other young players that are benefiting from this program and be able to say that we laid the foundation for that. And I think that's the focus for me. Is I had to go 3,000 miles away from home to play. And my hope is that by me coming here and helping this program grow, there are going to be kids here in Southern California that aren't going to have to make the sacrifices that I've made.
Well said. I'll give you one sales pitch to anybody that might want to come here and play. Why would they want to come to San Diego? Duh.
Yeah, let's start with the weather. Let's start with that. There's no snow here. All you players at home, there's no snow here.
But there is cold ice and a really good ice.
There is a beautiful rink here. I got to keep it PG, so I'm gonna stick to the rink and the weather. But it's a great school too. It's a great academic school. Very good. Yeah.
And I've been told the scenery is really nice here as well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, all you at all. There are no parties allowed here at all.
Sparks, thanks for spending some time. Can't wait to watch you in practice and catch you in a few games.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done, my friend. Well, I saved the best for last. That's what I was told here, anyway. That
I appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
I got assistant coach Clark Oliver with me. Right?
Yep,
okay. Why am I doing it? Why am I thinking it's backwards? It's Clark.
You're better than you think you are. Come on now, man. Trust yourself here. You got
it's been a long day, man. I got up at 4:30 this morning and started driving this way. But
fair enough.
Well worth the trip. San Diego is just such a beautiful place, but San Diego State hockey is becoming a beautiful thing.
I totally agree. Again, I'm sure you heard from Phil. We've been doing this. I think it's our 8th season now, 7th or 8th season. And every year it's just gotten better. It's gotten better, gotten more fun, more competitive, and here we are at the ACHA Division I level, so it's pretty crazy. It's been a ride.
Okay, so that's not an easy jump for some reason. I don't know why, because you guys demolished your opponents last year, and it's time to move up. It's time to get better competition, but it's always a difficult thing to do. Can you put a finger on why that is?
I just think it comes with a lot more expectation. I think expectation is the driver for a lot of stuff. I think we put a lot of pressure on ourselves as a coaching staff. A little bit of pressure on our players, but I think the coaching staff, the league, just our product, right? I think there's a lot of expectation and pressure that gets put on you. Moving at any level, either that's 3-2, 2-1, NCAA. I mean, it's all a different level, right? So I think there's some inherent, probably self-inflicted pressure and expectations, but at the same time, you want to have the product on the ice be as good as you know it can be. So that's a lot of it for me.
When you look at this team in particular, the first thing that I've noticed in the first 21 minutes of practice, I see a lot of speed. I see it at the D1 level some places. I don't see it at other places. Is that your style, you guys? You want to have speed?
Yeah, it's funny you mention that. I would say, and not to divulge too much of our strategy on the ice and how we like to coach, but Phil and I have always talked about it being a track meet. Yeah. We want to play a track meet style out here. Now that doesn't mean that we're not being responsible in D-zone and trying to, everything starts from the net out for us, right? So you're always trying to push the pace up the ice, and obviously team speed helps a lot with that. Yeah. The other side is we've always tried to be a third period team. Okay. So we might be battling a little bit first and second, weathering the storm, so to speak. But, a couple years ago, I think the statistic was we won 10 or 11 games down while behind in the third period. And we came back and won in the third. So conditioning, team speed, the way we like to run our strategies and things, I think that has a lot to do with it. And we're also just very fortunate that the guys we've got are fast as heck. So that makes it easy on us, too.
When I look at teams, I look at it differently. I look at the respect factor. I look at how they pace themselves in practice. I look how they carry themselves off the ice. I look at all those things. Yep. And I've made an impression about just by looking at your team right now, and I'm going like, this team is ready to compete at the D1 level. They're not just ready to play a game. Yep. They're ready to compete. You got games this weekend against Colorado Boulder. Yep. Your thoughts on how these guys are doing, and how will you, as an assistant coach on this roster, determine whether you've had a good season or not?
Oh, man. I feel like that's a bit of a loaded question, but a good one, a fair one. So what do I think? I think that this is probably the best team unit we've ever had. And I'm not just saying that just to say it, because I certainly wouldn't if I didn't feel that way. But I would say off the ice, on the ice, in the locker room, the best unit we've had. And it's going to be important for us because, as we talked about before, the likelihood of us outskilling a team is probably going to be pretty low. Right. So we're going to have to be the best unit, the most structurally sound, the best competing team, and we've got to be hard to play against. And that's been the message amongst all of the players to themselves and kind of holding each other accountable is we've got to be the best out here so that anytime we step on the ice, we're going to be hard to play against, we're going to compete. So I would say that's been the motto of all of our guys so far.
Most coaches, when I talk to them about when they move up, they try to be old, they try to be strong, they try to be physical, they try to shut the door and slam the door on their opponents. I don't think that that's going to be the identity of this Aztec team. I think you guys are going to be old, strong, but you're going to be extremely fast, and you're going to take advantage of mistakes.
Yeah, that was one thing that we noticed last year, and one thing that I've been harping on the guys, and certainly Phil has as well, right, is that's going to be the difference at this level, right, is you're going to get opportunities, and the teams that win are going to capitalize. You're going to get a goal off a bad turnover at the blue line, or you're going to start converting all of those power plays to goals. Special teams is going to be huge. D-zone, neutral zone play is going to be underrated. I think that's kind of where you win most of your hockey games. And I would also say, again, if we have an opportunity to capitalize on a mistake that's going to be probably fairly rare at this level, we've got to put it in the back of the net. We've got to make them pay. And that's going to be the difference. Who's going to capitalize on more mistakes?
Okay, I'm impressed by this facility. I know it doesn't have any stands in it, but I'm told that they pack this place. When you get them in here, it's 10 deep around the outside. So I'm looking forward to seeing a game here. I think that'll be just a blast.
I can't wait to have you out, man. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
I promise. I'll be here more than one time.
Oh, I have no
but anyway, when I see, and I do this with a lot of schools, I go like, I did a feature with Adrian, one of the best ACHA D1 programs in the country, and I said, if there's a will, there's a way. They have 7 teams, 4 figure skating programs, all in one ice sheet. It's a nice ice sheet, but they work on keeping it that way. So I'm going to say that right here in San Diego, you've got a pretty good place to call home.
100%. Yeah, no, I mean, I grew up in San Diego, played here my whole life. This is by far the nicest sheet of ice and probably facility. Certainly the cleanest. It's the brightest. I mean, it's just got a lot of things going for it. And regardless of what happens in the future, I think this is going to be our home in some way, form, or fashion, right? So we want to try and do what we can to elevate it, make it a little bit more special for our team and the program. But I would also say that we've been very fortunate to let them allow us to be tenants, right? I mean, that's a huge thing for us. And obviously you can see the quality of the facility and the way it's well kept and feels clean, and you feel good coming into the arena, and I think that's important. So yeah, I love it here. I hope we stay for as long as they'll let us, and see what happens after that.
Okay, your turn to do the recruiting pitch. You ended on this one. Sure. You got people from, well, you got Japan, you got Sweden, you got California, you got all over the place. I got your goaltender from Raleigh. So make a recruiting pitch here for guys that are looking at San Diego State as a possibility, and why should they come here and play hockey for you guys?
You know, it's something I've been talking about with the guys that are part of the team now that came in from juniors and whatnot, and the biggest thing that I've been falling back on, and they've actually given to me, was you can be part of the beginning. And I think for the next couple of years, I mean, this is our first year. It's always going to continue to be an evolution. But you're going to be part of the beginning. You can always hang your hat on the fact that, like, hey, I was part of that team before they did X, Y, and Z, or before they were the best team in the nation, and God willing, we get there one day. But it's a special place. It's obviously a special place in my heart. Not many places you can come, go surf in the morning and come to the rink in board shorts and flip flops for practice. The fan base is growing. It's becoming something on campus. People are talking about it. People are reading about it in the newspaper. People are seeing it on Instagram. So it's becoming a bit of a thing, and you can either be part of that thing or you can watch it become a thing from the outside. And I think the product we have here, the coaching staff we have here, the facility, the team, the atmosphere during games and at practice and at the school is something that not a lot of schools are going to be able to replicate. And again, you're in America's finest city, and it wasn't just me that said that, right? So it's just all of the best things in one spot. Again, been a lifelong hockey player, and I'm born and raised in San Diego, and not many people get to live their dream in the city that they love. So it's been pretty fortunate for me, and I'd love to have some other players come from anywhere. We'll take them. We have no qualms about coming from wherever you're coming from. If you're good, we'll find you, and hopefully this is the place where you want to live for the next 4 years of your collegiate hockey career.
All right, I couldn't have said it better myself. Well done, Clark. I will tell you, sun, sand, hockey.
That's right.
Aztec style.
There we go.
Thank you, my friend.